face the east. All praises to the Most High. Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushai. In the ancient Hebrew we say his name. We give him all praise. We thank the Most High for letting us be here again this Wednesday. All praises due to him. All praises to our families. Most High, we ask that you bless our families and our friends. Watch over us, Abanawa. Keep us from harm's way. We ask for mercy all day long, Most High. We ask for your mercy. We ask for your life. We ask for understanding and wisdom. We ask for your favor. Continually watch over us, Most High, for this is a battle in this kingdom. It is a battle, Most High. Mentally and physically, we are constantly battling the wicked. Most High, remove the stress out of our bodies, Most High, the tightness out of our backs. We ask, Most High, that you have mercy on us, Most High, for we feel like we're back in Egypt again, like our forefathers, Most High, but worse. Continue to watch over us. Bless all the Israelites who are scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, all the teachers, the elders, all the brothers and sisters that are doing this will. We give you all praise. By Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushai, Amen. All right, so I want to go into this. Oh man, this is a good topic. I didn't know what I was going to write about tonight, what we was going to go over tonight, but I just sat and I pondered over a few things, and I just let the Spirit move me. But we're going to talk about the book of Jude. Tonight's topic is about the book of Jude, and this is going out to the four corners where all the tribes are scattered. All the 12 tribes of Israel are scattered. Greetings and solitude to those brothers and sisters who believe and repent. All right. Out of all, when you look at the book of Jude, out of all the disciples, he was one of the last ones to actually believe in Yahushua. That was his brother. He didn't believe that Yahushua was the Messiah when he was on the earth. He didn't believe it until his resurrection. And as you read this book, he was not only a brother of Yahushua, but he was one of the most disturbed disciples after the resurrection. He was scared, man. Now, when you read it, you see him echoing from the epistles or the letters of Moses. And this man really praised the Most High when you read this chapter. It's one chapter, but it's a powerful chapter. It's one of the most prophetic chapters, if you ask me, before the book of Revelation. Jude gives you everything. All right, so today is February 17, 2016, so we're going to get into it. We got a holy day coming up on the 21st, 22nd. All right, so let's go to Colossians chapter 3 and 17. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, giving thanks to the Abanawa by him. Everything is by the Father. Right? Everything is by the Son of the Father, Yahushai. So, the question that I have to ask you, brothers, is, when you look at the Bible, was there death before sin? Was there ever death before sin? That's a question I have to ask. We brothers think about that. Was there ever death before sin?
Is that only for the brothers?
Come again? I didn't hear you quite good. Can you repeat what you said?
No.
Okay. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. There was no sin. If that was your answer, there was no sin. Okay? No one died. Everybody stayed alive. Yeah, remember what he told Adam, and he told actually Satan. He said, this day sin is entered into the world. He said, from this day forth, you're going to crawl on your belly. But sin entered into the earth during the days of Adam. Adam was the first one to fall off. sin entered into the world because of him and Eve. And when sin entered in, death entered in. So death, really, when you look at death, it's a punishment. That's all death is. It's a punishment. You know? And when you look at Yahushua, he had a perfect mind. You know, a perfect mind, it can't be corrupted by sin. You know? Nor the curse. A perfect mind can't be corrupted by sin or a curse. So you try to keep the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, you know, and Yahushua is working with you, and the Most High is working with you, and you haven't committed sin. I mean, we strive for perfection. That's the whole point of us trying to be like our brother, Yahushua. You know? Let's go to Revelation 21:4. Because that's in the beginning. Let's look at the end. Let's go to Revelation 21, verse 4. Revelation 21 and 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Has arrived.
All right, so he's telling us right here, death is going to be no more. Just like in the beginning, there was no death. The earth was populating itself over and over. Death didn't come in until Adam sinned. That's when death started coming in. That's why Cain was able to kill Abel, because death was already in the world. Okay? So in the end, after all this is washed, after we get back to Israel and we keep the laws perfectly, after 1,000 years the Most High come back, there's going to be no more death. No more death. That's going to be the end of death. We're going to walk perfectly. Okay? So, when we look at the scriptures, let's go to John 20 and 31. Gospel of John, chapter 20 and 31. And you'll see where I'm going with this. John chapter 20, verse 31. But these are written that you might believe that Yahushua is the Hamashiach, the Son of the Most High, and that believing you might have life through his name. Now, I mean, you got brothers that say you're not supposed to say his name in the Hebrew. You got brothers that say, no, Jesus is okay. You got brothers that say Yahushua is okay. You know, we go with Yahushua. I mean, that was what his mother called him in the ancient Hebrew language. But in this particular verse, let's look at this. It says, in that believing you might have life through the name. Okay, so what is that name? You know, this is what we have to look at with the microscope. And it's really not that hard. It's not that difficult. But when you look through the scriptures, we'll find out what the name is. Let's go to Proverbs 22. Let's make a marker on this. Let's get it right. There's a lot of brothers, they come out, well, the name is the laws. And, you know, it is the laws, but it's a little bit more than just the laws. Okay? It's a little bit more than just that. All right? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 22. And we're going to read verse 1. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. The Most High is the maker of them all. The Most High makes all of them, but a good name is very important, right? It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself. But the simple pass on and are punished. Let's read that again. A prudent man is a normal man. When you see prudent, that means normal. Foreseeth the evil. So how do you see or foresee evil? By keeping the Most High's commandments, you can see the evil. Like me and the brother was talking about earlier, how you can see we're living in the last days. All kinds of little messages all around us, pointing us in the direction of seeing that this is a prophecy coming to pass. Okay, so a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. See that? So death is punishment. See, people don't realize that. When a person dies, it's because of sin. A lot of times it's because of sin. It's punishment. So think about all the people you know that's passed away. It's a form of punishment. Now, some of us live 70 years old. The Most High said that's a blessing if you could get there. Or any years added to that is a blessing. But many of our people do not meet or make it to that 70. A score is 20. So 70 years is what I'm saying. Many of our people don't make it there. And like I said, death is a punishment. Okay, and that's what the scripture is saying. It says, but the simple pass on and are punished by humility and the fear of the Most High, and are riches and honor and life. Look at that. By humility and the fear of the Most High. The fear is the commandments, but humility is one that many of us do not talk about. Humility is very important. You know, being very humble. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward. He that doeth keep his soul shall be far from them. So you can protect yourself by keeping the commandments. But that's how you're going to safecoat your soul. You know what I'm saying? I say safe coat because you're being covered by the Most High. All right. Look at this, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So, I mean, he's giving you these lessons saying, look, if you teach your children how to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, they're going to grow in their old age. They're going to see why they grew in their old age, because they kept the commandments. It's a fear that we must have. Okay? Very important. That name means what? The name means what you do in this life. Okay? A good name. You go out there and you always causing problems. You got a bad name in the streets. Okay? You see some people in the past, they raised their families, raised the children. You know, they were upstanding people, took care of the community, they did certain things. That's their name. That's their legacy. Okay? That's what a good name is. A legacy. When you look at Yahushua, what is his legacy? What did he do for us? He walked the walk of the Most High. He kept the commandments. He showed us how to follow the Most High. That's the name. We're trying to get the legacy of the Most High.
I mean, my relationship with him is just any normal father-son relationship, and he wanted to sort of advocate that it would never be more than that. It would never be any sort of special treatment from, like, I mean, that's opposed from to any other father-son relationship with any other family. I mean, he's just instilled in us as young artists and South Africans to always find a way to air your views. You know, the freedom of expression that he speaks about is insurmountable. It's finding, you know, the expression in yourself artistically to always make your point. It's never giving up. It's always seeing that silver lining, you know. And I think the biggest legacy that he's left for himself and this country are his kids, his family. And I'm not talking about solely his immediate family, but, you know, the kids that he has in theater, in the arts. I don't respect my father because he's Dr. John Gunn. I respect him because he's my father. And because he's a great legend or an icon doesn't make him greater in my eyes as a father or as a man. It just makes him a great artist, you know, this icon that he is. I mean, a great actor, director, playwright that we all share. I mean, we all share John Gunn. I don't have any sort of personal intimate relationship with him. I have that with my father.
The legacy is what Hamashiach did, Yahushua. The way that he walked, that's the way we have to walk. That's part of the name. Okay? That legacy. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go into Sirach 39 and 5. A legacy is everything, man. Look at O.J. Simpson. Look at his legacy. Everybody knew that he played football, was great at football, but the end result is what? They saw him as being crazy. He killed Nicole. He went to jail. Now his name is tarnished. Okay? Your name is everything. This is Sirach 39. Let's go to Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 5. 39, verse 5. It says, he will give his heart to resort early to the Most High that made him. See, that's what we just read about in Proverbs 22 and 6. A child, raise up a child in the way that he should go, and he will live long on the earth. It's the same thing. He will give his heart to resort early to the Most High that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. When the great Most High he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Most High in his prayer. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. The secrets are what? When you're in your room by yourself. You're meditating on the scriptures. You're meditating on praying to him. Some of us could pray very well. Some of us could pray long, and that's a blessing. Okay? Some of us can only do short prayers. You know? Each person has a different measure. You know? And basically all you're doing is standing and ministering to yourself, to the Most High. It says, he shall direct his counsel and knowledge, in his secrets shall he meditate. He shall show forth that which he hath learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Most High. Many shall commend his understanding. See that? By that, that's a good man. Daniel was well known in the land of Babylon, based on what? His merit. Okay? On his merit, he had a good name. All right? It says, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. Look at that. Nations shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. Look at this verse. We'll stop here on this one. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000. And if he live, he shall increase it. So your name is very important. And your name is based on what you do in this earth. Okay? Yahushua did the Most High's will the whole time he was on the earth. That's the name. Doing the Most High's will. Okay? And doing it the way that Yahushua did it. Let's go to the 15th verse, same chapter. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips, and with harps, and in praising him ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Most High are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. So the Most High will reward you. Okay? If you keep his commandments, the Most High will eventually reward you with what you've been seeking for, based on your name. How long can you keep his name in your heart, in your mind, without breaking down and sinning? You know, it's all about following his commandments. And we're all guilty of sin, but we have to learn to do what he wants. Okay? The whole part about repenting is for the Most High to forgive and forget. You understand what I'm saying? By us repenting, the Most High is forgetting everything that we've done wickedly. That's what it is. That name, we don't want our name tarnished, so we ask the Most High to forget it. Please forget what we just did so we can get into the kingdom. Okay? That's the whole part of forgiveness. You know, it's all about forgetting those wicked. That's why it says, put away the old man. You know? And I'm going to get to the book of Jude. It's just that this has got me going now. The spirit done moved a little bit. But we're going to get right into Jude. This is Psalm 77, verse 11. Psalm 77, verse 11. It says, I will remember the works of the Most High. Surely I will remember the wonders of old. What is the wonders of old? What our forefathers did. And Jude spoke on this too. So we're supposed to remember the wonders of old because it's going to steer us down the right path so we can get that name. It says, I will meditate also of all thy work and talk of thy doings. The way of the Most High is in the sanctuary. Who is so great, O power, a power, as our power? Thou art the power that doest wonders. Thou hast declared thy strength among the people. Thou hast with thine arm redeemed the people, the sons of who? Jacob and Joseph. This is who he's dealing with. So it's because of our inheritance, we're not supposed to tarnish our name. We're supposed to be walking upright as we come out this inheritance. Jacob and Ephraim. Ephraim, the 10 tribes. All right? This is what we have to work at. Because if we don't, this is what happens when you don't repent. Go to Hosea 7:2. This is what the Most High says about those of you who do not repent. Hosea chapter 7, verse 2. And he's talking about Ephraim here, but really it's the whole house of Israel. It says, and they consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. See that? So he remembers everything that we've done wickedly if we don't repent. And that's death. That's punishment by death. All right. Now their own doings have beset them about. They are before my face. So he sees everything right. Remember, his angels see everything. You know, their eyes is 1,000 times brighter than the sun. And it reports everything back to the Most High. You know, death and sin are, when you look at society today, those are the two things people don't like to talk about. They don't want to talk about death and sin at all. They avoid the questions. They run from that. All right. So when you look at the name, so a name is what you leave behind, and the remembrance of who you were and how you walked. This is what is meant by having a good name. Okay. Some of us don't know how to walk on the earth and carry a good name. Some of us don't know how. Some brothers are hot-headed. Some brothers are bitter. Some brothers are unforgiving. You know, they talk well on some occasions, and in the midst of another group, they talk evil. You know, that's just how some people get down. They, you know, when they hang around these brothers, they talk about the Most High. They hang around these brothers over here, they talk evil. You know, brothers are sneaky and cold-blooded. That's just the way they are. I'm not just brothers, sisters too. Okay? So, are you tarnishing your name? Yes. It's all about having a good name for the Most High, the name of Hamashiach Yahushai. Look at, let's go to Sirach chapter 6. Sirach chapter 6, verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 1. It says, instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name. See that? Shame and reproach, even so shall a sinner that hath a double tongue. See, we were just talking about it. You go over here, then you turn around and go over there. You talk good over here, you talk bad over there. That's a double tongue. You know what I'm saying? So, he said you want to inherit an ill name or a good name. This is like some of these young boys that get shot and they die and they go to a funeral. Like there's a brother over in San Francisco, had a good job, everything. This week, he was 21 years old, just got a job with a construction company. He go hang out with his buddies last week. They doing a donut in the middle of the street. The police roll up on them. They try to take off. So they in high pursuit. They rolling. They trying to get away from the police. Spin out of control. Hit a pole. Ejected one brother. He died as soon as he got ejected. The other brother burned up in the car. The other brother died running from the police. Got hit by another car. Death, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, what kind of name is that? How do you even go to a funeral or something like that? What can a person, what is there good to say about a brother when you've been doing wickedness your whole life? What can you say about that person? Nothing. Just put them in the ground. You know? It's crazy. I've been to a funeral where nobody had anything good to say about one particular person. When the pastor said, and this is back in the, this is family, so I had to go to this church. But the pastor said, does anybody want to come up here to say a few words? Nobody got up. Nobody. It was a big family. Nobody got up. That's bad. That's a bad name. That's a bad name, man. So your name is everything, man. Your name, you represent the Most High and Hamashiach Yahushai now. You have to walk the walk now. You know, you have to walk that walk. This is hard work for a lot of brothers and sisters. Hard work, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 28. And a lot of sisters ain't gonna like this verse, but I gotta bring it out because it's part of the scriptures. You know? Ecclesiastes 7:28. Ecclesiastes 7 and 28, because a lot of you brothers think that y'all could be so clean and wishy-washy, but this is Solomon. Look at what Solomon's saying here. This is 7:20, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse, let's go to 27. It says, behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one, to find out the account. So he's making an account of his kingdom. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. See that? I mean, this is Solomon, the wisest man. He's saying, look, I searched everywhere. I searched for a good man. Out of 1,000 men, he only found one man that followed the Most High. Only one. It's probably worse now. It was 1,000 then. It's probably 1,000,000 now. It was probably 10 times greater. You know, same thing with the women. But there are some righteous brothers and there are some righteous sisters. Okay? Verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Okay, they had many vain inventions back then. They have even more now. Even more vain inventions now. Okay, let's jump to the 8th verse. Look at the 8th verse, same chapter. 8th verse. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So, when you read this verse, some say, that when Yahushua was born, that was the best time ever. But is there much written on Yahushua when he was a baby? Is there much written on Yahushua when he was a boy? It's not much. Maybe a few sentences here and there, but there's not much on Yahushua. Not when he was a baby. Why? Because the end of a man or a woman is better than the beginning. It's always that way. The end is better than the beginning. You don't know nothing as a child. You're learning the commandments. You should be. But the end is better. Look at the verse again. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. I'll say it again. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Look at the next verse. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. All right, so I mean, this is wisdom that what he's speaking to us right here. A lot of wisdom, man. Look at Job 14:1. Why is he saying that? Because when we're born out of our mother's womb, evil is already taking place. As soon as you get out your mother's womb, evil's already here. Sin already sets in as soon as you get out. Right? You're getting inoculated, you're getting shots, you're getting all kinds of stuff. Sin just going into your body. As soon as you're born, you can't even speak. And you're already full of sin. Don't know nothing. Not just by not knowing anything, you're more leaning towards sin than you are blessings, because you don't know nothing. You see? You wonder why babies get thrown in a dumpster and so forth? If the parents are not in the commandments, the baby's in full throttle in sin, unless the Most High have some kind of mercy on them, you know? I mean, now, being in the truth, you can really start looking at the world and have an understanding of why things happen the way that it is, why it's so evil, why things happen to children when they're young, you know, when they don't have the commandments, or parents who are repentant Israelites. You can see why things happen to them, why they're molested, why they're shot, you know, all these things. You look at our community, majority of our children are molested by family members. Why? Because they in sin. They don't even know what the commandments are. They don't know what the commandments are. So Satan can do whatever he wants to them almost, unless the Most High have mercy on them. Okay? Let's go to Job chapter 14 and 1. Job chapter 14 verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. See that? Full of trouble. It says, he cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeteth also as a shadow and continueth not. And dost thou open thine eyes upon such as one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? See that? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Boy, that's heavy right there. You know why? Because people see babies. They be like, oh, it's so cute, it's so clean, it's so neat. You know, babies, they come out of an unclean woman, then guess what? That baby's just as dirty as that woman is. Spiritually. Okay? Spiritually. That's why it pays to be equally yoked with your woman, or to be with a woman who's in the truth. Makes plenty of sense to me. I don't know about y'all, but it makes plenty of sense. Some people in the churches be like, what about baby Jesus? You know, like I said, the Bible don't really speak too much about baby Jesus or Yahushua. All right. So the end of a man is better in remembrance. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Black Panthers, but when you look at some of the Black Panthers that rose up, a lot of them had an hour of space to speak their mind and became like world star celebrities off of 1 hour of speaking. One comes to mind, Fred Hampton. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Fred Hampton. He was 17 when he made his first speech. He was up there in Chicago at Huey Newton in jail, and he was speaking about, you know, the brutality of the police. And Fred Hampton rose up to speak, and he was like cutting people up in their hearts. What he was saying. And your Uncle Sam, when I say Uncle Sam, your government, saw that Messiah rising up, and they killed him. They slew him. Went up in his house and shot him down with a machine gun. All right? All because this brother had a gifted way of speaking. They was afraid of him. They was afraid of Fred Hampton. All right? Only 17. But then he started getting bigger and bigger. Even Edomites was following this brother. You know? He had all kinds of people following him. Great speaker. You know? All these brothers had fire in them. And a lot of them started when they was young. You know? Not when they were babies, though. So what does the world remember about him? All they remember is him fighting the police brutality. But the end of his life was more precious, more important than the beginning. Okay, let's go to John 20 and 31. Let's go back there. So I say all that to say this. Your name is very important. Some brothers be like, well, why you got to say all that then? Why don't you just say this? Make it quick. Make it quick. You know, John chapter 20. Verse 31. But these are written that ye might believe that Hamashiach Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, and the believing, in that believing, you might have life through his name. So the name is legacy. That's what the name is, his legacy. Go to Revelation 22:4. His legacy in doing what he did, keep his father's laws. Revelation chapter 22, verse 4. Revelation chapter 22, verse 4. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. There it is. How is his name going to be in your foreheads? We got the book right here. We got the New Testament. We got the Old. Yahushua is throughout the book. But the New Testament shows us how to do like he did in order to get everlasting life, in order to be resurrected. You understand? Understand that? Overstand? So, what does that mean? So his name shall be in their foreheads. His legacy of following our Father completely, following all his Father's laws, walking in the Spirit, having the fear, all of this is the legacy. So we have a covenant and a great legacy. We have a great legacy. It's the amount of an inheritance left in a will. That's what legacy is. It's the inheritance left in a will. We're part of that covenant. That's the will. That will was written for all our generations. All we have to do is repent and follow the legacy. Right? Some of y'all got grandparents. Y'all go to family reunions. Y'all be like, we just keeping up the legacy. We just keeping the legacy up. Going to family reunions. Anybody else going to y'all reunions? Nah, just your family. You don't let nobody else come. They can come and eat and leave, but really it's your family who gets together every year. It's your family. That's the legacy of your family. So our legacy as Israelites is following what Yahushua did for the Israelites. He's our brother, our high priest, our king. Okay? This is what we have to do. All right, so we're going to share in this legacy by adoption of loving the Most High completely and having the resistance of Satan. Why do you think Satan tries to destroy a family? Because he wants to mess up your name. 1 Timothy 5:8, what does it say? But he that does not take care of his family is an infidel. Satan wants your family destroyed just to give you a bad name. Okay? So you got to understand that when you follow Hamashiach, Christ, Hamashiach Yahushua, when you follow him and you lose your family to that, to the Most High, to the Son, in that particular case, you're doing it for the Most High. Your family didn't want to follow your good name, so they left. Your name is still established in heaven. Okay? Matthew 19:27. Let's go there real quick. Matthew 19, verse 27. Is it 27? Yeah. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Yeah, what happened to our name? What are we going to have? Our inheritance. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses for Hamashiach Yahushua the Most High, or brethren, or sisters for the Most High and the Son, or father or mother for the Most High and the Son, or wife or children for the Most High and the Son, or lands for my name's sake. Why? Now you've rearranged yourself to be in the light of Hamashiach Yahushua's name. You're trying to walk in his light by doing the will. Okay? Shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So if your family didn't want to follow Hamashiach Yahushua, and you're following Hamashiach Yahushua for his name's sake, now everything's been rearranged. But if you follow Satan's way of doing things and you lose your family to Satan, man, you're worse than an infidel. you're destroyed. But for Hamashiach Yahushai, because he is the head, that means everybody must fall under him. Your children must follow what you're doing in light of Hamashiach Yahushai. You see? That good name is following the works that he did, and so will you and your children. All right? Hope you brothers and sisters understand that. Yeah, and don't get it twisted when I'm talking about, you know, your families. We all know you're supposed to love your family, but the Most High has a way of dealing with family members, okay? All right? Remember how we read in Matthew chapter 13 about Yahushua? Did we get to that yet? Well, in that particular chapter, it speaks about that he did not many miracles when he went to visit his family members, okay? It's not that he didn't love them. It's just that he knew that they didn't follow the ways of the Most High. So he didn't have a lot of interest in his family members. Okay? His interest was towards the brothers and sisters who was in the truth. That's where his full focus were. All right? Not that he didn't love his family, but his full focus was dealing with the people of the Most High. Look at this verse. Let's go to Sirach chapter... Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 16, verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 16, verse 1. It says, desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. Okay? So it's talking about those who don't follow the Most High. You're going to have children that may not follow the Most High. Okay? It says, though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Most High be with them. Right? How they're going to multiply? As you get older, your children, the Most High may have mercy on them, and they may have more children. And the Most High blesses the man to see his grandchildren. Correct? So even if they're unprofitable, the Most High, that's an anointing for you to see your grandchildren. He said he's going to bless you to see your grandchildren. Whether they're profitable to the Most High or unprofitable, he made that code of honor with you. Bless you to see your grandchildren. All right? I'll read it again. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Most High be with them. Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude. For one that is just is better than 1,000. Look at that. And better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly. That's heavy. That's heavy. The Most High wants your children to be raised up in the truth. Remember Deuteronomy chapter 6. Teach the children. He wants them to be raised up in the truth. So why? So his name, his legacy can multiply. It says, for by one that hath understanding shall the city be replenished. Right? Remember what he said. He's going to take how many of a city? 2 of a city and 1 of a family? That whole city could be transformed by just a few Israelites being there teaching the word. The whole city. Don't underestimate the Most High. When you spread the gospel, it spreads. Okay? The whole city is being replenished by one. All right. For by one that hath understanding shall the city be replenished, but the kindred of the wicked shall speedily become desolate. So, I mean, these are the things that we have to consider. Do you want to be in the truth or do you not want to be in the truth? It is an honor to follow the legacy of Hamashiach and the Most High Yahweh. It is an honor. Just because you follow in Hamashiach Yahushua, it doesn't mean that you don't have to provide anymore for your family or for your children. Let's say, for example, you meet a woman in the truth after getting divorced with your first wife who's in the world. And you got children by that first wife. You don't neglect the children of that first wife. You still got to provide for them. You still got to mentor them. If they're under the age of responsibility, you definitely have to. Right, you still got to provide for them. You still got to mentor them. You got to be there when they need something. In case of emergency, you got to be there for them. Who else they going to go to? They can't go to nobody else. Look at this verse. Let's go to Deuteronomy Let's go to Deuteronomy 21, verse 15. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15. And this is what Israel has to understand. Yeah, we yell the laws, but we got to also teach the laws. It appears that we teach the same basic stuff all the time. But there's 613 laws. We got to touch every aspect of these laws to make sense of what we're going through today. It has to be brought out. Okay, so Deuteronomy 21 and 15, it says, if a man has two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be heirs that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. All right. So you got to take care of all your children. All right. That's the must, and it can do. You got to take care of all your children. It's simple. Many brothers come to the truth and be like, you know, my woman, she's in the world, and my children in the world, forget them. No, you got to still be there to mentor them. They still got a chance. She even got a chance, your first wife, even though if you're not married to her anymore. She still got a chance. She still got mercy. Even though you may be remarried, then your new wife may not like that. But everyone has a chance. It's not that you're rekindling something. It's just that you're trying to bring people into the truth. That's the whole matter of the subject. Okay? That's the whole matter. Did not Mary, Yahushua's mother, show up when he was hung on the cross? Did not he tell his brother, this is your mother, take care of your mother? All right? So we have to be the same way towards our family. Yahushua didn't have any children. If he had any children, it would have took him away from the work, and he would have to own up to his responsibilities. He would have to do the same thing. That's why he didn't have any children. It would deter him from teaching the rest of Israel. But if he had a family, I guarantee you, he would have been taking care of those children. All right? So we have to understand. A lot of you brothers be like, well, Peter said he forsaken everything. No, Peter was still in his family's life. Though he was out there traveling, his best believe his family is very well taken care of. Guarantee you that. All right? So get some understanding. So let's finish reading that. Let's go to verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn, by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. For he is the beginning of his strength, like Reuben was. Reuben is still in the inheritance. Right? He still got a portion of the inheritance. It says, for he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. See that? Hebrews 1 and 2. Let's go there. Hebrews 1 and 2. See, this is the part that Christians miss. It's important to speak about a legacy. Legacy comes inheritance and the importance of a people. The importance is that the Israelites is in this book, and Yahushua came for these people. All right? When you read Matthew 1 and 21 and Luke chapter 1 and 69, it's talking about his people. Hebrews chapter 1, and let's read verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, many nations, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. How did he get the inheritance? Because he came through the flesh, through a seed, into this world. Now he's a part of the inheritance. Angels are not a part of this inheritance. Just the Israelites. Okay? Get that understanding. The angels they already got a covenant with the Most High. That's why, that's why he got those on the right-hand side and those on the left-hand side. They in their covenant. It's us. We have the covenant on the earth, the inheritance on the earth. This is what Yahushua came for us to do, to show us how to get to this inheritance. Let's go to verse 14. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them, who shall be heirs of salvation? Who's going to be the heirs of salvation? Who's going to be the heirs of salvation? It's going to be us. All right? Let's go to the second chapter. There's more meat in this. Let's go to the verse 9. It says, but we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels, for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of the Most High should taste death for every man. Look at that. For it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory. Okay, now when you go into this, you read this, and this is going into Romans chapter 9. Okay, this is going into Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. This is going into Deuteronomy chapter 7. All right, this is going into Deuteronomy chapter 6, talking about the sons of Israel. It says to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. So we all have to participate in these sufferings. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified, who are those who are sanctified? The Israelites, are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. So the name is not just Yahushua. The name is not just the laws. The name is following the pattern that he followed in keeping the laws. All right? In keeping an inheritance. So we have to walk that walk. Let's go to Jude. Let's go to chapter 1, verse 1, and I'm going to give you precepts on this. All right. This is Jude chapter 1, verse 1. Jude, the servant of Hamashiach Yahushai and brother of James, to them that are sanctified by the Most High the Father, and preserved in Hamashiach Yahushai, and called. So these men were called. And when he says the brother of James, so y'all know that Jude was the brother of Yahushua. Like I said earlier, he was the brother of Yahushua. All right? Through flesh and blood. He was the real live brother of Yahushua. Let's go to Matthew chapter 13. Let me show you. Show you the precept. So this is how you link things together. He said his brother was James, and he said that he was a bond servant of Yahushua, right? So it's funny he didn't call himself brother there, but he is a servant of his brother. It's a trip. This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 54. And when he has, let you get it. Matthew chapter 13, verse 54. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished and said, whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Because his father was Joseph, who was a carpenter. Is not the mother called Mary? And his brethren, James, there's James, and Joses, and Simon, and Judas. That's Jude. Okay, you can call Jude Judas or Jude, or sometimes they called him even James. Okay, so this is Jude, which was Judas. All right. And his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then hath this man all these things? So he also had sisters. He had brothers and sisters on the earth. And guess what? All his brothers and sisters did not believe him that he was Mashiach. You know what I mean? They didn't even believe. They didn't know it. I mean, it's just like you see your brothers. You don't know who they are. You think that they just, the same ones used to get on your nerve growing up. Right? But their brother was the Hamashiach. The spirit was in their brother's body of the Messiah. This is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 2. Mercy unto you and peace and love be multiplied. Okay? So let's find out what the mercy is. Let's go to Psalms 25 and 10. This is mercy be multiplied. That's what we want. We want mercy so we can live. See, life is a gift. We're always looking for other things as gifts, right? But life is a gift. To wake up every morning, that's a gift. A lot of brothers and sisters don't wake up, man. Some brothers don't make it through the week. That's a gift for us to come back and conjugate online, study the scriptures every Wednesday. That's a blessing. People don't make it from one week to the next. Here's Psalms chapter 25, verse 10. Listen to this. All the paths of the Most High are mercy and truth. All the paths of the Most High are mercy and truth. Unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. That's the legacy. The testimonies are the legacies. Following the names of all these prophets. All right. Following the name of the Most High through them. All right. The covenant belongs to Israel. Let's go back to Jude chapter 1 verse 3. Jude chapter 1 verse 3. Beloved. Who's the beloved? Jacob. Romans 9 and 13. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So, I mean, he's specifying who these people are. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith, which was once delivered unto the saints. When was it delivered unto the saints? When Moses delivered it. Okay? Who are the saints? Let's go to Psalms 148. You brothers and sisters should know this verse. Psalms 148 and verse 14. Psalms 148, 14. It's going to tell you who the saints are. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his what? Saints. Even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. So it's telling you who the saints are. So Jude is writing this in secret squirrel type writing. You know what I'm saying? But we understand it. He's talking about the Israelites. Let's go to Jude chapter 1 verse 4. Jude 1 and 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness, and denying the only power of the Most High and our Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay? So who are these men? These are men that you see walking around every day. These are men trying to come into the truth, and they coming in with the wrong intentions. These are men that's going to go into the wilderness and do the same thing that our forefathers did with the brothers who was coming against them in the wilderness. Let's go to Numbers 16 and 2. This is the precept. Numbers chapter 16 verse 2. Numbers 16 verse 2. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel. Didn't say other nations. It's children of Israel. 250 princes of the assembly came up against Moses. Look at that. Imagine that. Imagine 250 brothers coming up against you. Here you are trying to praise the Most High. They telling you that the Israelites too, and they praise the Most High too, but they coming up against you. How would you act? How would you react to that? Would you stand firm? Or would you fall? Look at what Moses did. Famous in the congregation Men of renown. So these weren't just average old men. These were men who had names for themselves. We just talked about that name. These were men who made their names in the world of Egypt. They were like your basketball players, your football players. They was like, Creflo Dollars and T.D. Jakes. All right? Now you sitting there, you praising the Most High, and these men come up against you. 250. All you hear is voices coming in your right ear and your left ear. Telling you this, telling you this, telling you about yourself according to their way, not according to the Most High's way. Now you going to break or you going to stand firm? All right? This is, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, you take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them. They're saying that, when we just read that verse in Jude, remember it said certain men crept in unaware? And it says, turning the grace of our power unto lasciviousness, right? This is that grace that they're turning into lasciviousness right now. All right? They're perverting the judgment. It says, you take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Most High is among them. Wherefore, then lift you up yourselves above the congregation of the Most High. See, they coming up against him now. They don't want him to be the leader. All right? Him or Aaron. But they was designated by the Most High. Remember, these are Levites. Okay? They had a royal office. Verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. So Moses started praying to the Most High. And you know what happened? The Most High did away with those men. All right? So we got to understand how the Most High get down. We can't break in the face of adversity, even amongst our own people. All right? Let's go to Jude 1 and 5. Go to the next verse. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Most High, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. Okay, so when did that happen? When did that happen? Because this is a similitude that Jude is speaking of. He's saying the same thing is going to happen again. Let's go to 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 14. 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 14, and let's start at verse 34. This is a precept. 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. Now, did they do that? Look at verse 5 again in Jude. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Most High, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. That's why he said, subdue your own understanding. Don't fall to the wayside. Look at verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifested. See, there go that name again. Your name is going to be manifested. You're going to grow like a seed budding again. Okay? Like a mustard seed. It says, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So what's going to happen to the ungodly? All their works is going to be declared. They're going to hiss and be looked upon.
Word of the Lord of hosts. I took you from the pastures and from following the sheep to be prince over my people Israel. I have been with you wherever you have gone and have destroyed all the enemies in your path. I will make you a great name among the great ones of the earth. I will assign a place for my people in Israel. There I will plant them, and they shall dwell in their own land.